What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Duskers. It is a hot day here in California. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I batch record these episodes, and my God, it is like 107 outside right now. It is so hot. It is sweltering inside my house as well. Even with the air conditioner on, it just can't keep up. It's too hot. It's rushing into the room like aggressive radiation from, say, a meteor strike on the last ship that we were on. So anyways, I just popped on my lucky shorts. Because normally I'm not a shorts type of person. I don't like shorts. There's something about pants with no legs that just, I don't trust it. I don't trust it for a second. It's hard to keep my thought process going, though, when it's this warm. But I figure it's going to be all right. I'm just going to try and focus on playing the game with all of you here today. Rejoice, by the way, if you live in a location, like, for example, I used to live in, like, Santa Rosa, California, or, like, Petaluma, California. It never got hot there. I lived there for probably 5 or 6 years. And it never got hotter than like 75 degrees. It was the greatest place on earth. They had no seasons. It was just 75 degrees year-round. Occasionally, like a cold wind would come off the bay, and it would be a little bit colder. Not that big of a deal, though. Here, though, where I live now, my God, where I live now, we've got, like, in the winter, it gets down to, like, 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And in the summer, it gets up to, like, 107. And so no matter what season it is, it's just... Well, and we don't even get snow. That's the thing, is I wouldn't even care about the cold if we got snow, but it's too humid here. Like, we never get snow. I don't know if humidity handles that. Maybe it's too dry. Either way, we haven't had snow since 1987 here. I saw a couple of snowflakes drop like 4 or 5 years ago for like 10 minutes. There was like a tiny bit of snow and people were like freaking out. But 1987 was the last time we got snow here. It was a long, long time ago. So in the previous episode, everything on our ship had been broken because apparently we had it all made by Acme. And so it's all backfiring on us right now. It would figure we would get our supplies from the same guy that Wile E. Coyote does. It's okay, though. I'm going to leave the interface broken because after this mission, the next place we're going to go is the trading post, and so we should be able to buy a new one. I'm just going to try and save the money on that and just not touch it for right now. I don't have a whole lot of money to fix or repair my drones. Wish that I did, but I don't. They're all a little bit busted up from the radiation a couple of episodes ago, but I can't do anything about that, so... Take from that what you will. The other thing that we might be able to do with some of these is I could repair the video signal, but once again, that's really, really expensive, and it would tap us out really quickly. So, I think the best option for right now would be to convert Colin into scrap and just get rid of him altogether so that we could have some extra cash. And then in so doing, that allows us to repair Haley's video feed so that I can control her manually. So Cliff has a busted video feed too, but Cliff is just like a moving battery, so I don't really think I need him for anything else. It's not that big of a deal if Cliff can't see, so I don't worry about it. Like, I'm blind, but you know, just leave it there. That's fine. Yeah, I didn't enjoy the gift of sight anyways. The wondrous ability to take in, you know, multi-chromatic images and just sort of like catalog them and experience them. And, you know, derive joy from them. But you know, whatever. I'll just be blind and experience my joyless drone life from now on. I'm like, that's all you had too, huh? He's like, yep, I have wheels and I have my visual feed, and I have very little else, and you took it from me. You took it! We'll go ahead and do the Lyra, which is what we were planning on. So let's go ahead and board the ship and we'll find out here. So our interface is busted on this side. Not really something that inspires confidence, but I think I can live with it. You know, we'll just board the ship from where we are. I suppose I could take off the speed boost and sell it because it's sort of like a mod that I don't need. Like, yeah, it's nice to be able to move faster, but at the end of the day, do I really need to? Is there any challenge in the game that requires me to move quickly? Haven't seen one yet, and so I think I'll probably just leave it where it is. So this was a scientific vessel. The hull integrity is good, though, which is fun. That means we don't have to worry about too many radiation leaks. The crew was 7, and the hold had 17 scientists. I'm wondering if the crew pilot the ship, whereas everybody else is in cryo or something like that when they're en route to somewhere else. I'm not really sure why it says that everybody's riding in the hold whenever we go in one of these ships, so it's just the only thing that I can think of here. Let's go ahead and pop on the shield. Tommy, give me a lovely little motion scan since this thing's probably going to break on us anyways. Scans are inconclusive, so let's get back over here. We'll turn on the Gatling. Oh my God. We'll turn on the... There we go. Huh. I'm not sure what just happened. I didn't type that oh my God in there. It typed it on its own. That's creepy. I don't like this at all. We've got haunted machinery. We're like a ghost in the machine right now. I don't like this at all. I don't like this for a second. What that means is that giving commands on the fly is going to be very, very difficult. Luckily, wow. Holy shit. It's like goddamn drone Christmas out here. Oh, this is the best. Hell yeah. Wait, what's over here? Hold on. Hold on, Tweaky. So let's bring Tommy up here. I'm gonna put him on a gather all stint for right now. While he does that, I'm gonna have Cliff. I thought your video feed was busted, Cliff. So we got no fuel out of that one, which is disappointing. But what else are you gonna do? Huh, her video feed's working now too. How come both of their video feeds are working? This is weird. What is this right here? It's a long-range scanner. We already have one of those. But you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna take it back to the ship and we'll scrap it if we need to. I think when I looked at the scrapper, it said that it was worth like 7. So, hell yeah. Let's do this thing. Cut the tow cable real quick. And let's bring... Tommy appears to be kind of stuck. That's okay, though. I'll put him right there for a second. Let's bring Tommy up and grab this other little bit of scrap right here. Okay. And so now that we got that, I'm just going to have Tommy in the background. Got a little bit of scrap in here. It appears as though this ship is going to be a... our interface upgrade just broke. That's disappointing. I figured it probably would. I mean, it's not that huge of a deal. It was already malfunctioning, so not a giant loss. I can't afford to keep repairing these things, though. They're too damn expensive. So we've got what looks like another docking point over there. See, like, why does the stuff break so frequently? Like, that really kind of sucks. I don't like that. Like, your stuff breaks way too rapidly. You lose like 5 modules every single mission. I wonder how you get... I'm going to check on that after this level. I'm going to figure out if there's something we can do right there, because that seems overtuned to me. It just seems like there's way too much of that going on. I'm going to dock over at A4 because it saves me the trouble of having to move everybody around. Let's go ahead and disable the shield then. Try and ensure that it doesn't break on us. Let's actually motion 1 real fast. Okay, so we do have enemies in there. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about my chances of machine gunning it, so... let's roll the dice. Whatever. Actually, I should probably... oh, shit. Get him! Shoot him! Right in his face! Right in his stupid, weird, polygonal face hole. Shoot it as many times as you can. When an alien comes along, you must shoot it. When he's coming at your face, you must shoot it. It looks like the video signal might... I don't know. I repaired one of them, but it's repaired on all of my drones now that we started off again. Luckily, he's just like a gather bot, so it's not that big of a deal. This ship seems kind of small. Wait, his video feed is working again? This is a trip. This is a trip. Apparently it just goes in and out. I don't know. We have problems. This is what happens when you rely on machinery too much. Alright, flip it around. And let's turn on the Gatling. Tommy, I need you to back up because you have low HP and I don't want you to die out here. You have to spend the rest of the mission hauling your fat ass around with a tow cable. Something that I am definitely not stoked about. Shoot him with a gun all in his face. You know, sometimes I wonder if aliens can actually, like, watch stuff that we have on, like, YouTube and whatnot through, like, weird archives. I don't know. They're aliens. I assume that they have super awesome technology and that in some way or another they'd be able to infiltrate, like, our random informational systems. That's just an assumption that I would make if they can conquer, like, traveling around. What I think would be hella funny is that there's another, like, alien race out there in the middle of space, and they have no way to contact us, and we have no way to contact them, but they're, like, aware of us. Like, they had the ability to find us, and now they just have, like, no way to appraise us of their existence. Is that the entire ship? That was, like, the shortest ship ever. That ship was, like, really, really quick. What is blocking? Oh, let's go navigate all. Oh, never mind. Apparently it archives the command. Unless we've got some kind of like weird pontoon ship here. I'm going to try and dock at A3 just in case. To see maybe if it's divided in half or something. But I don't know. Let's redock at A2 for a second. And I'm just going to take a look around real fast. This is a really, really small ship though. Okay, redock at A3. Just to make sure. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the developers. That'd be kind of a sneaky deaky thing to do. Is make it so that there was like one spot with a door on each side so that you go to the other side. It's not a thing that like I would assume would happen. But yeah, that looks like that was the ship. Like that was it. Okay, that explains why there was so much loot on the front end. I suppose we'll get up out of here. Let's leave. Well, it wasn't like an optimal mission. I mean, the problem that I think we're having right now is we're doing like 15 worth of damage and scrap. It takes us 15 to 20 after every mission just to repair all the modules and shit that break every single time we play. And so I'm thinking you're not supposed to repair them unless you're really, really desperate. I think you're supposed to buy new ones, maybe. So let's go to the store, and I think if we could put that together, we might be alright here. The last mission was not unsuccessful. It wasn't like amazingly successful either, but it worked. We can also buy fuel while we're over here, so we got another long-range scanner over here. Or did it just like... I know we brought back another long-range scanner, so let's go to the modifications menu and see if maybe... Huh. It looks like you can only have one. They don't stack. That sucks. That's brutal. Well then. I mean, it's worth 6 if you want to break it, but it's kind of like one of those things where... Technically, I don't even know what the long-range scanner does. It doesn't seem like it really modified anything. Maybe it gives me a little bit more information, or maybe it lets me see a little farther. I'm going to break it since we've seen a couple of them come through anyways. I don't really care that much. And then... Oh, we still... Never mind. So apparently we have maybe an extra remote power. Oh, we have an extra remote power, too. Well, hell. Let's break that, too. That'll help us break even. That would be great. So let's destroy that right now. Now watch. The next mission we go into, they're going to be like, oh, your ship modules are breaking. I'll be like, no! I was being unpragmatic, and I was just assuming that I would always be able to get the things that I need and want. Why? Ugh, a shield upgrade's hella expensive to repair. Let me see if I can buy another one when we go to the... We're going to go over here to the trading post to buy fuel and whatnot anyways, so... Trading post, let us board it. Pilots need. Please help us find a cure. Your life expectancy isn't long. Do something with it. We need an early stage of the disease. If we can get a ship infected for at least a year, we have a chance. We're distributing comparative algorithms, and then the rest is corrupted. Alright. Well, fuel upgrades. What do you have for me? You got no fuel? Oh, buddy, that's brutal. I could really use some fuel. I'm not just shooting the shit with you right now. I could really use some fuel if you could make it happen. It's so expensive, though. Alright, well, ship upgrades. I got a motion scanner that we can buy for 3 and scrap for 6, right? So why wouldn't you? And then we've got a motion over here, and we've got a shield. So I'm not going to repair the shield. Instead, I'm going to trade it out for that one right there. I mean, if they cost the same amount, we might as well swap out the motion detector, too, while we're here. And then you can also sell them a busted interface. That's funny. You can sell them a busted interface and then just, like, cash in on it. That's pretty that's humorous in a number of ways. I like that. And the number of ways is more or less 1. It's just that I'm cheating the system right now. It's like the quarter with the string on it. That you put into the vending machine. That kind of explains why repairs are so expensive then, if you can kind of just cheese your way across the galaxy cheating all the random vendor bots. So, we have an issue. I think we should go right there, and if we can get some fuel, we can then go over to there, maybe buy even more fuel, and then go to one of these ships. But we don't have a ton of options right now, so we could always come back. That's the other part, is we could always consider maybe coming back and jumping in from the other side. But for right now, I think I'm probably going to stick with... My cat just like... He walked up in the room, and he just goes... And like vomits all over the wall. And I was like, oh, that's lovely. I love owning pets. They are the best. Hooray for pets. So anyways, I'm back now. I had to clean up the wall, though. It was awful. And he looked at me totally nonchalant. So I was like, so you just walk in and puke all over the wall with no warning? He's like, I had to projectile vomit. What do you want me to do? I'm like, I feel like you're being really nonchalant about the fact that you just redecorated an entire half of my den. I'm like, well, you know, you've got hankies and towels and stuff. Go clean it up. I'm like, ugh, owning cats, I swear. Alright, well, we're pretty much out of fuel, so let's really hope that we find something on the Echinodon. It's only got one infestation. It's 234 years old, so a lot of these ships out here have been dead as shit for a long time. I figure we will jump in here, and if we don't find anything on the fuel cells, it's going to suck, but with our drone config, can I repair anything just yet? Gatherer, sensor. Oh, yeah, I need to re-kit out these things. Okay, so we got the shield mod back on. Unfortunately, we didn't have an opportunity to buy a new interface mod, so that's a little bit disappointing. However, what I can do instead is I can have her run bombs now so that she can leave landmines for enemies, just in case I don't want to tap out my random Gatling gun rounds too quickly. However, it's only like one scrap for 100 bullets, so who cares, you know? It's not even that big of an investment. Let's go ahead and board. And I think it's going to be time. I don't know if we're going to be... We only got a couple minutes left in this episode, so I'm not really too sure if we're going to be able to get the whole thing done. But if not, I feel like we're doing all right now. So it's a military patrol vessel with a hull integrity of medium. That means we got to be careful about radiation leaks. That big room in the center is going to be especially susceptible. Let's go ahead and lock in the shield. Turn on the Gatling gun. We'll go A1. I'm just going to turn that thing on real quick, and we're just going to keep an eye on it. The reason I moved forward like that, even though it seemed kind of risky, is because I don't want to block the door. That's our airlock door. That's not a good thing. If the airlock door is jammed, we can't leave, and that makes me upset. This room's looking pretty safe, though. Let's deactivate the shield. I wonder if leaving it on increases your chances of it just being, like, broke and busted. Something to consider. I don't know. D12 over here. I'm going to keep Gatling all nice and lined up just in case. Well, we found the fuel access point, so that's good. That is a bonus that I was definitely hoping for. Are there any vents around here? Yeah, I think that's a vent right there on the floor. So since we already breached and cleared both those rooms, I'm going to cover that vent on the floor real fast while I go remote R3. And so that's going to give us access. Close D3, please. Just in case. I don't want to encourage radiation leaks from anywhere else in the ship. Let's go ahead and navigate one down into R3. And then we'll do a motion scan and we'll see kind of like how safe the various rooms are looking. Did I forget to equip him with the motion scanner? I forgot to give him the motion scanner, didn't I? He's got sensor though, so that's kind of good. Yeah, just drop sensors wherever you want. Put them in every room if you feel like it. I don't really care. Let's gather all from in here. He always goes after the fuel point first. Gets very excited about fuel. We got no propulsion fuel. We did get a jump cell though, so that's pretty cool. I was hoping we would get some fuel so that we could stay inside of this place, but I guess not. Let's go ahead and drop another sensor. Normally, I'm not a big fan of censorship, but when it means that I get to police and make sure everything inside this ship is safe for my little dudes, I figure I'll give it a pass for right now. She's got tow, she's got trap. It looks like D7 is an unknown for right now. So let's go ahead and have a look. I'm going to step back to there. And then we'll D7 up real quick. I'm also going to... Oh, there he is. Yep, down he goes. We killed him. His range is a little bit longer than that little cone denotes, unfortunately, so we've got to kill inside of a doorway right now, which when you've got the chance for a radiation leak is actually sort of a losing proposition. That means that we may have to lose this, like, we might have to leave this place under duress, which would totally suck. Let's go ahead and have him jack in right here. And that'll give us complete control over what I assume is the totality of the ship. D7 is blocked, so I can't do much with that right now. Let's go ahead and check the money room, I guess. This is like the only room that is actually showing up as being somewhat useful or interesting. So I'm going to turn on the Gatling. I'm going to turn on the shield as well, just in case. And then we'll go D11, and we'll just hope that whatever comes through there does not pick its way through our shields, because I don't feel like being picked on right now. I don't know. Does anybody ever feel completely and totally like being picked on? It seems like, you know, something that nobody enjoys. I think we're looking okay. Assuming the security systems are offline, we should be alright. There are vents around, though, to be aware of, so I don't know. Throw a Gatling in right there. Then we'll bring Tommy Bahama back. I'm going to shut down A1 because I don't think I'm going to need to bring out Haley at all. Unless we randomly find something really useful in here, but wouldn't cross your fingers on it. We've got radiation in room 8. Okay, so that's going to be the random spawn of radiation that I was talking about. That is exactly the reason why I closed D3 and D4 when we first started up. Did I close? Maybe it was only D4. But either way, you want to close doors just in case that happens, because on a ship like this, there's like a moderate chance that at any given moment, radiation will spawn like anywhere. And you may need to GTFO dodge. Tommy, you are not my explorer bot anymore. Let's go back around this way. Tweaky, give me a Gatling. Give me a D10 over here. Give me a D. Give me a 10. I don't see anything coming. Check the room real fast for anything that might be useful. Do the exact same thing right here. Close down D10 just in case there's a leak that comes around behind me, and also to contain a threat if it goes straight through Tweaky. Give it a 10 count. Radiation is completely flooded R8. This means we need to hustle. It looks like there's nothing else inside of there. So let's go ahead and give me a little bit of coverage on that side. I do wish that we could interface and possibly figure out where, well, where or if we've actually, hey, what is that? Navigate all R1. No! You guys have noticed that I hit 4 instead of R all the time. That was like the thing that messed up my accuracy in typing class. R's and 4's. I don't know what it is about my index finger, but it's just like, I can hit these arbitrarily and not really worry about the signal that I'm setting. I don't think we're going to find anything else. I think we're pretty much cleared out. I don't see anything else connecting. I mean, there's a slight likelihood that R8 has connecting rooms, but it's just not worth it. I mean, you take so much damage. You take about 4 or 3 damage a second from radiation. So it's just not worth the risk to go over there and see if we can run through the room. So I think I'm just going to bail out for right now. We'll call it a day. Okay, well, we got a little bit of scrap. We got a little bit of J-Fuel. So the J-Fuel by itself is actually pretty damn valuable. That's enough to make me happy. And so for right now, I'm going to go off to this vendor over here and see if maybe we can grab ourselves some goodies before we go elsewhere. So they got the same message over here that they had at the other one. Ah, we have a pry over here. So what pry is used for is it's for opening unpowered doors. In the case that I've had a couple ships now where there are certain aspects of the ship which are just off the grid and you just can't get into them without turning on the grid, and there is no grid, and so therefore you're just kind of stuck. Useful little mod to have around, and I might take it. It's one of the useful mods. It's one of the really, really useful ones, especially when you get to a location where they've got things that you want. I'll probably take the propulsion fuel for later, and we'll throw that into reserve. I don't know if the jump fuel is worth it. The jump fuel, we've got a lot of jump fuel right now. Like, we've got enough to play like 3 more. We've got enough for at least 10 more missions. So 15 scrap is a pretty big investment on something that, I mean, I guess we could sell it back at another vendor. If we end up not needing it, it's 15-15 even trade, so we can trade it back if we need it. Everything else looks good over here. I'm going to go back to the modifications menu, and I'm going to break that other scanner so that I can get my 6 scrap back. We'll execute that real quick. And let's go back to the upgrades. It looks like everything's okay in here. It's 2 scrap for 100 bullets, so I really see no reason to fix that off right now. We're looking good. I think I'm going to break it off right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for Duskers. I like this game tremendously. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I've been playing the hell out of this game. It only has 1 save slot, though, so like I got to play on my laptop whenever I don't want to ruin this playthrough. I will see y'all later. Hi to everybody.